Alright, what's up guys, it's your boy Pillow, back with another album review. Today I'm going to be reviewing the new Gorillaz album, Song Machine Season 1, Strange Times. As you guys know, my channel's kind of been gaining a lot of traction lately because of my reaction series to the Gorillaz albums. I did my reaction to this album, you guys really enjoyed that video, one of my biggest videos ever, so I really appreciate the support on that. In that video, I think I was really listening to the album pretty base level, so I always like to do these reviews and kind of really break down and see what the artist was trying to do with it. With Gorillaz, we know they always have a deeper vision for it. It is always a deeper meaning. Just takes a little while to find it sometimes, which is okay. That's a good thing. And coming into this, we didn't really know what to expect. Gorillaz are always so unique, and they've been expanding over the past couple of albums to a newer sound, which is really cool. And it's going to be great production. There's going to be some awesome features. There's just going to be a lot of good songs. But it was really a matter of what they did with it overall to find that meaning that they wanted to represent. So, coming into the list, you see the features list. That's pretty crazy. No interludes, though, which I thought was pretty interesting off first look. Like, they usually have some kind of interlude to connect over the series of tracks, but they didn't in this case, which it ended up being pretty good. The album itself only has 11 tracks, and that's what I'll be focusing on today. But there are quite a few deluxe songs, and they're definitely worth listening to if you haven't already. They're really, really good. They might not connect to the overall feeling as much in the meaning of the album, but they are really good tracks. So yeah, like I said, in my reaction video, I listened to it pretty base level, but after a few listens, it really, really clicked with me. I had a big moment in my last listen to really write this review and figure out what this thing meant, and it's really quite an amazing meaning. But looking at it base level, great production, great vocals, great features, each song is very good. But then if you sit down and you just listen to this deeper meaning that they're really trying to tell, it's about a story of kind of going to a place like Hollywood or just somewhere where there's a lot of famous people, partying people that are not normal to you, and feeling lost and feeling that loss of a connection, just somewhere different and thinking about someone else. I think there's the meaning that was overall being portrayed. And I think that was really good, like especially the way that they did it. I felt like each track literally related exactly to my life. Like, this happened to me. Like, I knew exactly that feeling that they were representing, and they did it perfectly. I wouldn't do it any other way. This album is really a masterpiece overall. The fact that I could relate to every track and feel like it was about me is just nothing I can really say about any other album that I've heard in maybe ever. I just really am mesmerized by the story of this and just the feelings that they portrayed with all of these cool productions and features and vocals. It really was an amazing album. So I'm going to go through track by track and kind of break down the storyline that I kind of see building. Starting off with the first track, Strange Times. Kind of just draws you in with a mysterious sound. Not like a lot of deeper meaning to this one, in my opinion. Pretty simple, but it's a mysterious sound, kind of like something's about to happen, and that's a perfect way to start an album that you're going to be telling a story on. And then track 2, The Valley of the Pagans, kind of that step where you go into Hollywood, you're kind of living some crazy life, like all kinds of stuff's happening around you. Really cool vocals by 2D on this one. I really like those. It was a groovy track. Interesting lyrics. I thought the one about Viagra pills was interesting. I've never really heard 2D say something that stood out that much in his lyrics, so that was really cool to see. Beck is fun on the hook. I really enjoyed the hook on this track. And yeah, like I said, just that mood of partying and kind of going wild, leading into track 2, The Lost Chord, kind of like the aftermath of this being in this feeling. You're on your own now, you're sitting alone in your room, maybe something like that. We get this pretty majestic production, amazing vocals again, and the flutes really set the mood for this track. Something's happening. It feels very chill, but you just feel lost in the world. Like, everything's kind of going on around you and you're not doing anything. Like, you're the one that's left out, and really needing someone. And I think that's a really a track that a lot of people can relate to. And moving into track 4 kind of connects that feeling and turning it into like energy, anger, something like that. With Pac-Man, it's groovy, it's fun, and 2D kills it, and so does Schoolboy Q. He adds some funkiness to the track. I like the energy. But overall, the meaning of this song is to describe how you're feeling lost and you're stressed out and you just don't know what to do. You can't make a move that makes sense to you. And that's kind of how Pac-Man really ties into that. I really like that. Track 5 continues with this feeling, Chalk Tablet Towers. It's got, again, fun production and amazing vocal edits as well. The underlying the underlying meaning is the drugs and how to make yourself feel happy while you're thinking about someone else the whole time. It has that feeling like you're at a party, you're doing something that's making you feel fun, making you feel alive, but in your mind you're still feeling lost. You're still thinking about that other person, even if you're at a party. And I feel like that's something I can relate to personally. I feel like we all can, where we've kind of been at a party, but we're not really thinking about this party. We're there to make ourselves feel better. We're thinking about something else, and that's a real thing that's happened to plenty of people, and I think that's why this song's really important. Track 6, The Pink Phantom, kind of expands on this. It is an amazing song. Might be the best on here, just of how just majestic and beautiful this track is. The development is ridiculous, and it keeps building on just that feeling of the song and continues. They all just keep building up on each verse. Everything connects well. Elton John's incredible, as well as 2D, and Black was really good too. This song can have a lot of different meanings on its own. You guys all commented some different meanings on my reaction video to that song on its own. So you guys can look through the comments and see what everybody thought this song meant. But in relative to the album, it's about just thinking about that lost love. You're really down. So, just singing for this person to come back. Like, I need you to come back. And that kind of sticks with track 7, Aries. Love the sound of this song. This is one of my favorites personally. Just got that old school type of 80s sound low key to it, which is really cool. But you're just like, it kind of has that feeling where you're just like staring into the distance, thinking about someone. You're looking at like beautiful things, but you're thinking about something else. Your mind's not there. And that's what I really love about that track. It's a really relatable feeling. Absolutely. Track 8, Friday 13th. This is a really good song too. I think a lot of people might be thrown off by this because of Octavian's vocals. They're not something that was super, sounded a lot like anything else on this album, but I really enjoyed it. Production is really good. It's probably one of the best produced songs on here. The guitars are so chill, and it really sets a sad mood, And Octavian's vocals tell the story. He says what, exactly the feeling that he's feeling, and I think this is the one that's like, this one is pretty base level in terms of what it means, but I think he does it so well that makes it such a great track. It feels slightly hopeful in it as well at the end, which is really good, and again, one we can really relate to. Leading into track 9, Dead Butterflies, 2D kind of builds on those vocals by Octavian to kind of continue this feeling. It is another sad track. The production by Mike Will is very entertaining, and I really like this production. And the Spanish verse is also really good. I'm not exactly sure what was said, obviously, because I can't speak Spanish very well. And the rap verse, again, adds a lot to the track, too. And this is just really a sad love song. You're really down at this point, and it's really well done. This is one of the most perfect songs as well. Track 10, Désolé. This one's pretty base level. There's not a ton of lyrics on this one. You're just isolated. You're by yourself. You're missing somebody. You're thinking about them. The bass line is incredible. The guitars are incredible. Again, a similar sad love song, but it's just sad, pure sadness on this one. And it's just like you're begging for that love to come back. And 2D is great on the vocals again. And the final track, Momentary Bliss. This is a really unique song, and I think it's very well done. It's got that crazy classic Gorillaz sound to it, which I love to hear. And Slow Tie brings that energy. It kind of reminds me of like an early 2000s UK like ballad song, and I think that's exactly the point. The momentary bliss. You're just getting drunk, or you're just having fun. You're doing things just to please yourself for that moment. And that's exactly what this is. It's like kind of you're like at the bar and just singing the song with all the guys, but it's like it's over in the morning. It's done. That's all you get. And I think that's perfect for this track. So overall, I mean, this album might be a masterpiece. It's hard for me to give something the highest score possible after a first few listens. So I can't give it a 10 on this listen, but I do think it is the best album of the year. I'm giving it a 9.5 out of 10. That's the highest rating I've given. I think it definitely has potential to be a 10 out of 10. I just need to listen to it quite a few more times before I can give that. It usually takes me like a year to give something a 10 out of 10. But I really think this is a phenomenal album, and possibly Gorillaz' best. I know a lot of people think Plastic Beach is, and I still have to give that a few more listens because, I'm still pretty new to their music, so it's going to take me time to really decide what their discography ranks as, but after a couple of listens to this one's phenomenal, and honestly is the best album of the year. So let me know what you guys think of this album, what your favorite track is. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to drop a like. Thanks for supporting all the Gorillaz videos. If you're not subscribed already, make sure you are. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.